Yingying Zhang wanted to be a professor. Since she was little, the Chinese native nursed dreams of becoming a world-renowned scholar, one whose name would become immortalized in the academic world. She finished at the top of her class at Sun Yat-sen University in 2013. In 2016, Yingying Zhang graduated from Peking University after bagging her master's degree. Still pursuing her dreams, she joined the Chinese Academy of Sciences as a visiting scholar and traveled to the United States for further research. In 2017, Yingying Zhang was in the land of dreams, the land of immense opportunities. But after just a few months at the University of Illinois, Zhang disappeared off the face of the earth, never to be seen or heard from again. Where had this promising young woman gone? What could have made Zhang abandon her dreams and aspirations in a strange country? Yingying Zhang was born in 1990 in China to Ronggao Zhang and Lifeng Yi. As a child, she played in a band, blowing everyone away with her immense musical skills. After graduating from Peking University in 2016, Zhang arrived in the United States filled with a fresh lease of hope. According to the University of Illinois, Zhang had a year to conduct research on photosynthesis and crop productivity in the Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Sciences. In fact, there were indications that Zhang wanted to start a doctoral degree at the university after she completed the one-year research program. But all of that will hit a brick wall on June 9, 2017. It was the afternoon of June 9, 2017. Zhang was traveling to sign an apartment lease when she got on a bus in Urbana, Illinois. Due to how slow the bus was moving, Zhang brought out her phone to text the leasing agent at exactly 1:39 p.m. She pleaded for more time, informing the agent that she would be there at exactly 10 minutes after the agreed time. The agreed time was initially 2 p.m. At 1:52 p.m., Zhang got off the bus and decided to transfer to another. She kept on flagging down buses, but none stopped. She had no idea that it was against the bus company's policy to not board pedestrians who are on the other side of the road. Frustrated and tired, Zhang decided to walk to another bus stop. She ended up at a bus stop close to West Clark Street, which directly faced the University of Illinois' radio and television station. Zhang was now behind schedule. It was 2 p.m. and she still hadn't found a bus. At exactly 2:03 p.m., a black Saturn Astra pulled up in front of her. The driver started a conversation, and in less than a minute, Zhang had opened the door and entered his car. Here's where the story changes for the worse. It was 2:38 p.m. and the leasing agent still had no sign of Zhang. She didn't reply to her texts or her calls. As hours went by and nobody had heard anything about Zhang, her friends grew worried. And by 9:24 p.m., an associate professor called the police to report her as a missing person. The next day, Zhang failed to appear. This caused the police department to begin working with FBI agents, who in turn offered $10,000 for any helpful leads. Since she was Chinese, the university's Chinese students came together to organize a search party for her. Her boyfriend, who she was supposed to marry in October 2017, also arrived a few days later in the U.S. to help with the search with Zhang's father and her maternal aunt. On June 19th, 10 days after the mysterious disappearance of Zhang, the Champaign County Crime Stoppers with the university management had increased the reward for any helpful information to $40,000. Till date, this remains the highest reward to ever be offered by the Champaign County Crime Stoppers organization. Unfortunately, none of the calls or messages led to anything positive. In July, the reward was increased to $50,000, but still nothing helpful emerged. On August 19th, Zhang's mother made it to the United States, saying that she and her family would not leave the U.S. until Zhang was found. Unfortunately, she wasn't. Instead, the police found a piece of evidence that will unveil the truth and consequently solve the mystery. The day Zhang disappeared, investigators said she was last seen entering a black Saturn Astra. Remember that car that picked her up right before the university's radio and TV station? It turned out that these buildings had CCTV cameras installed and had recorded everything that happened that afternoon. The surveillance videos reveal that the car drove past Zhang for the first time at 2 p.m. After the driver watched and saw how she struggled to find a bus, he circled back to Zhang 3 minutes later. According to the video, she spoke with the driver for less than a minute, and the next thing we know, she walked right into the car. This is the last seen video of Zhang and the video that aided the investigation. After carefully analyzing the video, the investigators were able to get a license plate number. Now, the investigators had two interesting leads: a blurry license plate number and the model of the car. But this posed an even bigger problem. There were 18 Saturn Astras registered in the Champaign area. What if the car in question had been moved out of the country? What if the driver had sold the car? What if the car had been stolen before Zhang came in? These what-if questions burned in the minds of the investigators until one particular Saturn Astra owner caught the interest of the investigators. His car had the same sunroof and broken hubcap in the video, and it just had to be more than coincidence. One of the 18 registered Astras in the country was registered to a 28-year-old Brent Allen Christensen. Christensen had just completed a master's degree from the University of Illinois. It was a former PhD student at the same university. At the same time of Zhang's mysterious disappearance, Christensen was married but also had a girlfriend. In June 2017, Christensen was arrested and taken for questioning. But when asked about Zhang, Christensen denied his involvement or any knowledge of who she was, adding that he could not remember what he was doing at the time of her disappearance. Due to lack of evidence available at the time, Christensen was released. But the investigators didn't back down. They watched him all the time, monitoring his movement and activities. Seeing that Christensen was adamant about admitting his involvement, the FBI decided to involve the closest person to him, his girlfriend. Tara Bullis started dating Christensen in April 2017, after meeting him on OkCupid. At the time, she loved him and was confident that he couldn't have hurt Zhang. Why would he do that? She asked the FBI agents. Armed with the belief that her boyfriend could not harm anyone, Tara agreed to wear a wire. On June 29th, Christensen and his girlfriend Tara would join the memorial walk for Zhang in Champaign. During the walk, Christensen finally admitted the truth. In the audio, he boasted to Tara that he had in fact taken Zhang to his apartment against her will. At his apartment, he had killed her. He then boasted to Tara that Zhang was not his first but 13th victim. Investigators fortunately could not find any truth to this claim, but they quickly arrested Christensen for the kidnap and murder of Yingying Zhang. With Christensen now in full custody, questioning and investigation could proceed smoothly. With access to his phone, the FBI discovered that right before the kidnapping, Christensen visited a sexual fetish website known as FetLife. On the website, he joined a forum called Abduction 101. All of these would later point to the fact that Christensen had kidnapped Zhang, raped her at his residence, killed her, and then dumped her body. During his trial in 2019, Christensen would explain everything that had happened between him and Zhang. He revealed that he had acted like an undercover police officer, which explains why Zhang had felt comfortable entering his car. He then drove Zhang to his apartment where he choked and raped her. In his bedroom, perhaps after struggling with him, Christensen stabbed her before beating her and decapitating her body. It was a shock to the family of Zhang. Zhang had in fact not been missing all this while. Zhang had been dead and her body was disposed of in a private landfill. This unfortunately made it impossible for her remains to be recovered. On July 18, 2019, Christensen was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, bringing an end to the tragic story. The truth was revealed, but could Zhang's family ever come to terms with the death of their daughter? They could not even properly bury her as they would have wished. In an interview after the sentencing, Zhang's father said in the family statement, "We have missed Yingying tremendously in the past 2 years. As of today, we still could not imagine how we will live the rest of our lives without her. There is no language that can describe our pain and suffering. No sentence will ease the pain Zhang's death caused to the family. And we can only hope that they find closure somehow. We will also never know why Christensen did what he did. but his actions will forever be a scar in the family's memory. Thanks for watching Beyond Crime. If you enjoyed this episode and want to support more true crime content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of this case.